21st of August 2023. This is one of that Let's Talk Skidmarks, and I want to talk about the channel. I have to. I'm not the type of guy that really asks for favors and things like that in my life. I've always maintained the principle of I have to do the best I can and take the results from there. But we're living in a time where things change. The channel is taking a hell of a lot of my time, and if I say 16 to 18 hours a day, I'm not exaggerating. I take a lot of care not to distribute fake news and things like that, and we are being bombarded with that. So it makes it necessary that I do proper research before I publish stuff. Now, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, on one of the videos, a guy made some statements about the profitability of a YouTube channel, and he mentioned fantastic numbers there. And he insinuated that I'm making a ton of money out of the channel. Now, I'm going to give you this screenshot of this summary stats, channel analytics, and you can see there it's for the past 28 days, and it shows you the views, the watch time, and then there's estimated revenue. Now if you look at that, that is a small amount, that is 2 months. That's what the channel is earning. That barely covers the internet connection and the associated services with that. So people that think you make a lot of money out of the channels, they are misinformed. Whatever you get from YouTube is a drop in the bucket. And that is why most of the channel owners have facilities where people can support them if they like. Now, in my case, there is a few options. But as I said previously, a very important factor is that I do have a business that provides third-party payment processing facilities. And in other words, I am able to provide you with debit order services if you are in a business or in an association or a club or something where you need to collect funds regularly from clients or members or supporters or what. And that business has been going since 2004, so I'm not a rookie in it. And I've got some unique features in my system that can make it possible for you to grow your business properly. And then there is the opportunities for anybody that wants to become part of that network, where they can act as what we call a gateway, a hub. And say for instance you're living in Cape Town, you can start building your own client base there, where we do the debit order collections through the systems and so forth. But there is a commission earning opportunity for you in that. So if you are in an area and you have contacts with people that need or use debit orders, there is the opportunity that you can build your own business on our framework. That's the one part of it. The other part of it is you can support me monthly or with a debit order. The debit order link is in the bottom of this video, in the description and in the pinned comment. You can see, if you click on that link, it's a simple process. And when you do that, you can try and imagine how easy it will be for you to build your client base or service your members or whatever with debit orders, because that is how easy it is for them to get enrolled on the system and get the debit order activated. And then I have the features for direct deposits. It's also in the description where you can make a deposit into the, and then for the people that are not from South Africa, I have got a PayPal link there, and I've also got 2 links for cryptocurrency. That is how I have to try and keep myself afloat. Those are the opportunities. And then I've got a message again this morning. They did quiet down, but now lately I'm getting a few again. And this morning the commentator said, yeah, she's a Christian, but she cannot share my stuff because of my harsh language. Now all I'm going to say is, people don't have problems sharing the smooth-talking liars, their messages, because the language is perfect and the language is polished and all. I am not that type of guy. I am telling you what the facts is, and I call a spade, and sometimes I call a spade a fucking bulldozer, because that is what it is. Everybody is trying to be so nice and so cultured and so well-rounded, and they just lie and bullshit people. Look at the rubbish that is coming out now around the pestilence. And the smooth talkers, where are they now? The fact of the matter is, I am what I am, and I talk the way I do, and I say what I mean, and I mean what I say, and I am not going to spend hours in my head trying to filter my words to be perfectly composed and syntactically correct and all of that. I'm not going to do it. So, if my language is a problem for you, I'm sorry. Then I can do nothing about that. If you want to have a smooth-talking lawyer talking to you, my channel is not the place to get it. And I have situations of, there's still people that post in the comments about Putin is a communist. Now for them I've got one message. Do they actually realize that Putin's political party in Russia, their main opposition is the Russian Communist Party? How do you interpret that? You say Putin is a communist, but his main opposition is actually communists. You should think about these things. And then I did a news flash about this story of Cyril throwing the ANC under the bus and saying that they've been marginalizing the coloreds and the Indians and the whites. And there are people that are making comments about that. I thought about it a lot last night, and the key thing there is that he made that speech at a reactivation of that UDF, and they are not a political party, so he could be doing some canvassing for votes. That I can never put out of the picture. But the fact of the matter is, from the things that I see on the forums and chat rooms and things where I float around during the day, international things, that there is a lot of the BRICS countries where people from those countries are talking about the racism and the violence and the corruption and the destruction of infrastructure in South Africa. And the South Africans in there that are trying to justify it are getting their asses whipped properly, because people are not stupid and they understand. And I have said it in many of my briefs that the ANC has overplayed their hand. While we were isolated here in South Africa, they could keep all their stunts and tricks nicely wrapped and under the blanket. But now all of a sudden, especially with the BRICS thing, these things are landing on the international stage. And now they've got a problem. They've got a serious problem. Because what they have done cannot be justified. There's a lot of them that now all of a sudden realize, oh shit, our industrial base has been destroyed. We're not manufacturing anything basically. Well, they've been warned about it. And they realize that they cannot really actually contribute to that BRICS table. And it is clear that the BRICS Bank is not going to be a charity institute. If that BRICS Bank finances a project, they want to see that project. They don't want to see fancy cars and great houses on the estates and things like that, and bling, Rolex watches and things like that. So they have a problem. And all I can do is I'll keep on exposing them, and I'll keep on doing what I'm doing. And I'm thinking about some changes on the channel, and I'm really considering doing some interviews, but I want to do interviews with people that normally don't get any public airtime. Those are the guys that I want to talk to. The guys that have good ideas and have their personal opinions and things like that, but they don't get the airtime. I want to talk to people that experience these things. But all of those things, for that, I need to invest some money in my studio setup. Again, money. Always money. That's unfortunately the thing, and I hate it more than most. But that's the reality. We are constrained by available funds. And I'm an old guy. There's no way in the world that I'm going to take a loan to finance something, because that will be stupid. So, I'm going to bring you whatever I can. I'll try to do my best to make sure I don't feed you bullshit. And yes, if I ruffle your feathers, I'm sorry about that. I'm actually not really sorry about that. I'm actually happy that I am ruffling your feathers, because feathers needs to be ruffled. We cannot continue like we're going. The fact that the ANC has implemented a policy of excluding whites from the economy, that was a major mistake. And we can see the net results. Industrial base is destroyed. The education system for the blacks is in horrific state. And as I said in my previous Skidmark, nobody talks about the 17 million children that is of school-going age between the age of 8 and 18. 17 million! There's no way that this economy can absorb them, because jobs are not being created. The politicians have sucked as many people into the civil service as they could. They have sucked them into the SEOs. I mean, look, Eskom. Eskom has got double the personnel to generate half of the power that they used to generate. So it is all becoming job, not creations, job seats. And the people in there are paid extreme salaries, but they're not productive. So the ANC politicians are trying to bluff the people about the unemployment. But that overloaded employment register of the government is going to backfire. Plus there's 17 million people on grants. And I have seen articles where a family of six, and here comes the kicker, illegal immigrants in the Cape. And that is 2 adults and 4 children. And the way they manipulated the SASSA system in that family cluster, they're drawing 38,000 rand per month from SASSA for that 6 people. Think about that. And then we have the situation that our tax base are shrinking at a hell of a rate. So where is the money going to come from to finance that SASSA system? Where's the money going to come from to pay the salaries of the government officials? That money is going to dry up. And I can see from the things that I watch that the government is running into a cash flow problem, a serious cash flow problem. The debt, just the interest services on the debts is killing them. But they don't really care about that. Whenever you open the papers or open the websites, it's corruption, 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 and it's millions and millions and millions. So, but let me stop on this. I just thought I'll give you a little overview of what is going on the channel. So, I'm sitting here today at 8,178 subscribers. I have uploaded just over 800 videos. And I really appreciate the support. There are people that I'm humbled by the people that are supporting me financially. It is really heartwarming to see that. But we also have to keep reality in mind. And we must look at these things and be objective about it. Please give me a like and subscribe and share the thing. Thank you for your support.